Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristen and you are watching UXUI Advocate. I forgot to put this in there. I wanted to give like a list of all of the content over the last week, so week 9. I don't think I ever do this and I should probably start doing this, but week 9 consisted of a little sticky note, information architecture, content grouping, hierarchies, design systems, sitemaps, navigation types, different types of navigation systems, branding, all of the different types or all the different things that go into branding and brand identity. And then we finished our week 9 with style tiles. So I'll go a little bit more detail about all of the different items on my little list here. But I forgot to add that while I'm editing this video. This is going to be content for week 9. And all 4 of these videos are going to be pretty short, just because there are so many of them, and hopefully I can kind of catch up and then provide more content as the weeks go on, once we finish the second half of this 24-week certification program. So yeah, welcome back to my channel for those who are watching, and I'm going to go into detail about week 9 content. And so week 9, 10, 11, and 12 have all been focused or building up on being able to redesign a website, particularly a government website. Super fun. And so this project that we're going into, project 2, is focused on, we're tasked with redesigning a nonprofit website, which is actually kind of interesting. And so the last 4 weeks of this particular section in this course has all been focusing on like a heavy portion of the UI, so the user interface. It really just goes back to establishing hierarchy, guiding our users through a particular path for them to accomplish a particular goal in mind. So the purpose of using i.e. a website. And so we use hierarchy, and we use content grouping and different elements to distinguish the importance. So next we've talked about design systems, which is just developing a particular way in which a set of elements, like buttons, iconography, typography, a set of elements that allows designers to kind of standardize their UI so all of their frames look the same. Making everything clean, polished. It just allows for a more standard process. So we talked a lot about design systems, developing components within Figma, and developing a design system, which, like I said, makes designing UI frames, just designing products, period, a lot easier. And then after that, we've talked about sitemaps, just being able to identify how each page and which each like talking about the navigation system, being able to identify what's the primary categories within a navigation system, being able to identify the subcategories or the sub tabs that fall underneath that primary category within the nav bar, and really just laying out every single page that is included in a particular website. So sitemaps, it's just another visual that designers use when they're going through the process of redesigning a web page. We also talk about navigation types, so there's different types of navigation systems in place that can be used within designing a web page, designing an app, lots of different navigation systems, which is really interesting. Understanding branding, going into detail about iconography, even more in depth about typography, knowing what your brand identity is, being able to understand or develop a brand statement, and so that every product that you develop that comes out of that brand, so every product that comes out of that brand is consistent and tells a story. Not only provides a service or provides a product for the user, but makes it easier for them to accomplish a particular task. It's important as a brand to understand what your identity is and what's your purpose of providing a particular product to a user. So we've gone a lot of detail associated with brand identity and brand development, which has been really interesting to learn more about. Same with choosing colors for a brand, selecting a logo, and being consistent and purposeful and intentional with your brand that's selected. Yeah, so the last thing that we've kind of rounded week 9 with was talking about style tiles, which is, imagine Pinterest, or creating a Pinterest board. Like, you go onto Pinterest, you like a lot of different pictures, you can select certain pictures and create like a mini board with all of that particular content based on the content that you like. And many times it circles around a particular topic. So like some of my Pinterest boards are like piercings or tattoos or home related stuff. So that's essentially what a style tile is, but a really more design thinking, branding focused, product centered thing. So it talks about the type of typography that a particular designer is going to use when developing a product, the colors, the different levels of hierarchy, how they're going to differentiate hierarchy based on the weight of a particular font. And then also it goes into detail about the different elements that are going to be used, the components, the buttons, the iconography, so the icons that they're going to potentially use within a product. What else is in a style tile? I want to say that's it, because it's a condensed version of a style guide, which is essentially a style tile with all the different things I just said, but in a larger, more thorough way. So it goes into more detail about all of the different items that are going to be used within a particular product, within a particular interface. So a style tile is like a little taste before you get the full in-depth version, being a style guide. So it's just a starting point before you get to a style guide. So we ended our week with branding and learning about style guides. I think that's about it. I appreciate everyone who watches, even if it's just me and Connor and a couple of the random people on the internet. I really appreciate the views that I do get, and the comment that I got. I saw yours, Caesar. So yeah, I want to say that is everything. I will see y'all probably in the next video, because I'm going to film 10, 11, and 12 in the next couple minutes. So thanks for watching. Bye y'all.